Hi YouTube, welcome back. This is my 35th Road to Global Top series. I'm sitting at Gold 4 Global still, and number 10 is Gold 3, so I got a way to go. What is it? Today is September 9th, it's Friday, and I've got a topic. I was just talking to Unwise about this one in particular, and it's one that interests me. It, I think, puts to rest a debate that has kind of gone on since the dawn of fucking competitive Minecraft, you know, since it's existed. And that is the question of what takes more. I mean, you'll see from time to time this question, this discussion of one thing taking more skill than another. The one that I have in mind, the one that always kind of bothers me, is bow versus sword. But you'll see it in like pot versus UHC, speed 2 sword versus no speed sword. And I mean, this discussion has really never made sense to me. I guess it depends on how you define skill, but as I see it, there's an important distinction to be made, that between skill and strategy, you know, and as I would say it, you know, skill is something innate about your playstyle that you don't have to think about, that much like muscle memory, but it could just come down to like natural talent, you know. And I think that's pretty clearly like you know, in sword, whereas bow, I mean, you know, the skill part in this game comes down to like aim, movement, but then again, there's a way to strategize all of these things. I think the thing that should be said here is I like this pack. Oh, by the way, this pack is by Loue. It's his new Urge pack. It's private now, but give it some love. I'm sure he'll release it. It's a nice pack. Oh, this guy's laggy. And I don't have speed. So, I mean, in talking about skill versus strategy, I've always looked at bow to be a less skill-based thing, and that's not to take away from it at all. I mean, I was a bow player long before I was even remotely, even half decent at sword, right? But I mean, it's more of a game about outthinking. Ouch. About outthinking the other player, you know? It's predicting his movements and his shots. It's making sure not to get hit yourself. And there is skill built into it. But I mean, the natural talent portion of that just comes down to aim, you know? Very, very basic movement patterns. You know, at any high level of bow, the people are strategizing against each other, essentially. And there is that mechanical skill still in that, but most of the fight comes down to strategy, really. Whereas in sword, at least at a lower level, there's not much strategy built into it, you know. It's just two people kind of running at each other and fighting. Now, that's not to take away from either one, to be honest. I mean, I mean, in reality, he's at a plus. In reality, it does not matter which one is more skill-based. I mean, it's a ridiculous discussion to begin with. But it does bring up this idea of what is skill? How is it different from strategy? Where's the line drawn? I mean, imagine, or think back, 2-3 years ago, just when 1.7 kind of came out, there wasn't much strategy to the fighting, right? And as much as there might not be now, there definitely was at some point. Someone thought up W tapping. Someone consciously worked it into their playstyle. That is strategy. That is what I see as strategy. That is why the bow game, to me, is more strategy-based than skill-based, because that's what happens in every bow fight. The guy consciously, or even unconsciously, just has to out-predict the other player. And now, today, I wouldn't say W tapping is even a strategy for a lot of players. It's just part of their muscle memory. And so, I think there's something to be said for, like, as these strategies develop, whether it's rod tricking or putting lava on someone on the wall so that it's harder for them to water, it turns into this muscle memory. And that's where skill comes from, I guess. That muscle memory from lots and lots of playtime, or the uh-oh, messed that up. Or just someone's innate natural talent. Ugh. From the day they first started, Oh, fuck. Oh, jeez. Hey, build, take some fucking concentration. Believe I'm ahead. So yeah, this is kind of how I dichotomize in my mind skill from strategy, and from there, I say that one can take more, whatever, one is applied more to whatever situation than the other. It also leads me back to, but I think there's kind of a subset of this strategy by categorizing these things that people do into strategy. It kind of gives you this problem. I mean, I gave you the option, or not the option, but the example of W tapping, and as much as I do believe that is, or at least at one point for every player, is a strategy, I'm not sure that. It's not the same as, like, the strategy, like specific mining strategies. not all mining strategies. I don't want to make that statement because, I mean, there are of course some mining things that people just do and just work into their mining things without thinking about it at all, you know, without maybe it's maybe mining behind an ore when you do it. Although, I mean, there is definitely a very, very thin line between the two strategies. I'd say, actually, that mining strategies are a pretty good example of what I'm trying to say. But the strategies that, you know, don't come down to muscle memory, like, ooh, so he does not actually have any fire. Uh-oh, that's danger. He doesn't have any arrows, I believe. Oh god, this is trouble. I can't fucking hit him. Oh fuck. I still have a flame. Alright, yeah. I really don't want to fight him with that fire tick, cause... Alright. But, yeah, I mean, like strategies, like, I know people do shit around lava, you know, where they put the water on, like, the side of the block. I mean, that's a strategy. Like, as much as that might just be a thoughtless action, you don't really build a muscle memory to do that kind of thing. Or maybe, if anyone watching this has played OCN, which I'm sure someone has, for some of you it might go entirely over your head, but that's alright. You know, like watering a core, or, OCN style strategies with like defenses, or sometimes with cannons. You know, you can get better at them, you can get more fluid at them, but it does not become part of your muscle memory like W tapping, or like movement patterns in a bow strafe. You know, big strategies like maybe team placement in any team game mode. It's not. I mean, Unwise gave them these classifications as micro strategies and macro strategies, not to be confused with auto clickers. But I mean, originally we kind of split it up between kind of individual strategy, like again W tapping or whatever, versus ouch, versus like team placement. Maybe in a UHC, there you go. That's a reference Badlion players will get. Or in SG. Or in ACF. You know, all these things. Anything with a fucking team. These macro strategies that take more thought, you know, that again don't work into your muscle memory. Man, this guy's fucking good. It's only gold 4. Hang on, I might be losing. Oh my gosh. Seven pots. Chill. Oh my god. Wow, I'm getting fucking raped. Here we go. No pots. That's rough. But so I was talking about these micro versus macro strategies. That's how Unwise called them, and I think that kind of makes sense. That kind of gives you this idea of how like W tapping would be then a micro strategy, something small that you can work into a muscle memory. I guess maybe but truly by definition you could work any one of these strategies into your muscle memory, like even a team layout composition strategy could be worked into like the team's overall just their coordination. Ouch, come on. Oh, that's some really annoying shit. Nice. He's low. Good fight. Where am I? So what I want to do is kind of, well, I definitely want to get those silvers above that, and then I'm just gonna have to get a couple emeralds, I think. I've got like 7 ladders beneath gold 3. If I can get everything to gold 3, well, even if I get everything to gold 3, I probably won't be on number 10. I'd have to get everything to gold 2 because it's pretty high up on that board. So, that'll actually be pretty tough. How far in am I? 18 minutes? I mean, I guess by definition, you can say any of these strategies can be innately just chiseled into your play style, whether as an individual, as a pair, maybe maybe you play UHCs all the time with this one guy, maybe as a 10-man team or an OCN team. But I think it's clear the difference between imprinting a playstyle into a 10-man roster and putting W tapping into your normal playstyle. You know, I mean, anything that you at one point had to think about was a strategy. You know, the way you pot, you know, when and I'm sure a lot of people, when I started playing Potion, I threw my pots at the ground essentially all the time. Then one day, someone told me you can turn straight around and throw the pot in front of you, run into it, and get 4 hearts. That is a strategy. And although, I mean, I don't think about it, I haven't thought about it like that for 2 years, that's what I mean by a micro strategy. A very, very small portion of your play that was once thought about. And that distinction lets me say, well, yeah, I'd say that melee takes more skill than bow, right? Not to take anything away from bow at all. Oh look, I globally ranked up to gold 3. Got about 700 points to go. But nothing to take away from bow at all. The game is incredibly skill-based, even with all this strategy. But and even if it were just very strategy-based, that is still a very, very impressive thing. Maybe even more impressive. God, I fucking swear. People are gonna start saying, oh, what is more impressive, skill or strategy? Because they can't argue whether bow or sword now take more skill. But what can you do? Oh, come on, GG, dude. There we go. Oh boy. His strafe is really tight. I did a lot of damage to his horse in the first bow fight, but he comboed me with his sword. So, oh, nice. Okay, so I'm probably going to lose my horse here. I just need to do a couple shots of damage. Nice. I'm ahead, not by much. It's an ult. Looks like an ult. He's gold 2 in horse. So only ults get gold 2 in horse. Ult's named GG dude. I don't know though. Might not be. Ow! Half a heart, come on. Die for me. Oh, I'm getting cocky. I gotta pay attention. Arrows are dumb laggy. Alright. I've been getting some like incredibly bad connection this season. I'm not sure why. I got used to it though. I mean, I grew up in the in the heart of when everyone spammed the lag lion on Bad Lion, because it was just very delayed. So I'm used to it. Although this time it feels like only I'm getting it. Awfully odd. Might be something about the routing. I heard a rumor that the host has changed, but I don't actually know for sure. This guy's gold 3. Oh. Alright, I like it. What time is it? How far in am I? I'm like, what? 20 some minutes? Yep. I wonder how you can break down skill. I mean, if you can break down strategy that much, and even then, I mean, you could say that strategy is skill. You could probably argue that, and I just might agree. You know, I mean, it does take a good amount of just natural intelligence, talent in that regard, to think up of cool strategies. And as I said before a while ago, so I was talking about like how a meta expands. It seems that the top players, you know, it's not necessarily linked to intelligence, of course, to think up these strategies as you might think. To my knowledge, Drummer Reviews was the first one to kind of verbalize what a W-tap is and how to recreate it without just kind of doing it accidentally. It seems like the top players, skill-wise, you know, mechanically, understand the game enough to further progress it, you know? So, I mean, it could very much just... Strategy could be a subset of skill, even. Which I guess does not solve this bow-sword conflict, but... I mean, it's a pretty stupid conflict to begin with. Oof, mama. I don't know why I'm jitter clicking. Really probably doesn't help. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh good. He ran away. Ouch. That one shot took out 2 absorption hearts. Mama! Get in some neck breaker strafes. Just for fun. That's a strategy. It wasn't there for me. I mean, it just kind of happened, but at one point, someone said, hey, and then they named it. I think it's actually called the sweat strafe, but neck breaker sounds better. So, skill versus strategy. It's a good question. Yeah, I think I'd say that strategy is part of skill. I mean, if you look at chess, the way I've been describing it, chess would be 100% strategy. You know, there's no innate aim in chess. You know, it is 100% a thinking game. It comes closer and closer to a purely mental battle. You know, oh boy. Stop, please. Please stop it. Probably should have chased him instead of blocking that lava, but hopefully it works out. Fight me. I'm begging. Oh boy. Well, looks like he wants to bow. If you insist, OMG Shikaki. I don't think so. Boy, that is something grand. Build UHC, the pinnacle of competitive Minecraft. There's a problem with the meta here. Oh my. I am actually going to lose this. Just joking. Maybe if you had a little more strategy with you. You had quite enough strategy, if you will. Alright, so I'm almost Emerald 4 in build. I'm about 30 minutes into this video. I'm going to grace you with one last fight. I'm going to end up losing because that's how it always works. It's just designed to work that way. Chris 1342 gold 3. I'll conclude the topic just by saying I think this distinction, I mean obviously this distinction between skill and strategy isn't personally I can't see any practical, wow, what did I say? You thought I was fucking around. Stop it. Get away from me. Please. I'm dead. Alright. Well, I think that's always a great way to send it off. Thank you all for watching. I am still Hivlik. That has not changed. And, if you enjoyed, come back next time. I'll see you then. Bye.